Marilyn Ferguson called it a conspiracy. In 1974, a think tank at Stanford Research Institute, known as SRI, with funds from the Charles F. Kettering Foundation, completed a study called Changing Images of Man. Reading this important unpublished study, one arrives at the following startling conclusion concerning its purpose: to determine how Western man could deliberately be turned into an Eastern mystic or psychic. The project was directed by Willis W. Harman, who later became president of Edgar Mitchell's Institute of Noetic Sciences, founded by Mitchell as a result of mystical experiences on his trip to the moon. The scientists involved sincerely believed that turning to Eastern mysticism was the only hope for human survival. In their own minds, their reasons were all very scientific and their intentions noble. The end, it was believed, justified the means. The 319-page mimeographed report was prepared by a team of 14 researchers and supervised by a panel of 23 controllers, including anthropologist Margaret Mead, psychologist B.F. Skinner, Irvin Laszlo of the United Nations, and Sir Geoffrey Vickers of British intelligence. The task of persuading the public to walk through this magic door leading to a new age fell to one of Dr. Harman's friends and admirers, Marilyn Ferguson. She fulfilled her assignment with the publication in 1980 of her groundbreaking bestseller, The Aquarian Conspiracy, which made it all seem very desirable. She wrote, quote, "A great, shuddering, irrevocable shift is overtaking us. A new mind, a turnabout in consciousness in critical numbers of individuals, a network powerful enough to bring about radical change in our culture. This network, the Aquarian Conspiracy, has already enlisted the minds, hearts, and resources of some of our most advanced thinkers, including Nobel laureate scientists, philosophers, statesmen, celebrities who are working to create a different kind of society. There are legions of Aquarian conspirators. They are in corporations, universities, and hospitals, on the faculties of public schools, in factories and doctors' offices, in state and federal agencies, on city councils and the White House staff, in state legislatures, in volunteer organizations, in virtually all arenas of policy-making in the country. The Eastern mystical technologies for expanding and transforming personal consciousness, once the secret of an elite, are now generating massive change in every cultural institution: medicine, politics, business, education, religion, and the family." End quote. A major reason for changing the image of man had apparently already been demonstrated through successful experiments at SRI in remote viewing. We cannot go into the details, but suffice it to say that under strict laboratory and even military intelligence tests, certain persons proved to have a demonstrable ability to describe places, persons, and events anywhere in the universe and in the past, present, or future. The three best-known remote viewers were Ingo Swann, Pat Price, and Hella Hamid. Their abilities have been demonstrated in everything from spying on foreign military targets to finding lost wrecks, whether of planes recently downed or ancient ships. Swann has a great deal to say about yoga, which he considers to be a way to develop paranormal powers of the mind. In fact, he has given careful attention to a study of ancient yoga texts, which he found to be a treasure trove of additional information related to remote viewing abilities. Another author states, quote, "Yoga, an ancient Indian technique for achieving altered states of consciousness, is said to awaken in the individual abilities which sound very much like those of the shaman and magician. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, compiled around the 3rd century BCE, speak of such abilities. In fact, the third part of the book is entirely devoted to the various powers that are apparently acquired during the practice of yoga." End quote. Many have found that these psychic abilities suddenly appeared uninvited as a result of practicing what they thought had been purely physical yoga, and with unwelcome and devastating spiritual results.